quietly for the last couple of days, and I wanted to, I have some things I wanted to say about this extremely unfortunate event, and so I put some thought into what I had to say tonight, and I've had a lot of prayerful thought, and I put it on this writing, so I wanted to express that to the entire body, and unfortunately, as you saw, I stood up and I didn't have the opportunity to do that. So if you allow me, would you allow me?
Yes, please.
And I apologize, I don't think I have a lot of light, so would you bear with me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I'm sorry, Delegate.
That's
I didn't
okay.
know this.
No, it's okay. Just because I'm left-handed, do you want me to put on?
Thank you.
And this is what I wanted to say to my colleagues.
Oh, sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen of the House, while the proceedings of this evening are necessary in the eyes of some, it is most unfortunate that we are here. The end of a regular 17-hour workday concluded by accepting a ride from a committee dinner to a local cigar smoking lounge, a place I do not frequent. I am not a smoker, but I chose freely to visit for some evening conversation and wrap up the day with other members of this body. It is apparent that some in attendance heard or thought they overheard an inappropriate word, and in lieu of reporting the incident in accordance with our newly adopted harassment policy, chose to instead contact a member of the media, thus igniting the firestorm that brings us all here tonight. With the counsel of trusted friends and lack of independent verification, I took responsibility for the said action. Weeks passed and rumors spread. I was encouraged to meet with members of the Legislative Black Caucus to explain and put this matter to rest. I would like to thank Delegate Darrell Barnes, President of the Legislative Black Caucus, and his leadership team for allowing me time to meet with them this past Monday. The caucus asked me to make a formal apology, seek diversity training, and relinquish my leadership position. I did so immediately. I spoke with Speaker Bush, and he concurred with this form of discipline and issued a statement acknowledging my mistake and set forth a path of eventual redemption. I accepted my punishment and sought redemption. Later that day, I was also asked by the Legislative Black Caucus to make a formal and in-person apology to the entire Democratic caucus, which I did, as well as a written apology to all members of the Maryland General Assembly, the people of Maryland, and anyone that I may have offended. So here we are this evening. You, my colleagues, are considering what is appropriate sanction for the use of a word. While ever so vile and hurtful, a word, not an action, behavior, or course of conduct. Words matter. They can inflict pain. And in this case, this word represents the most deplorable, and for that I accept your action. I too denounce this word. It is not in my vocabulary and does not represent my belief system, my life's work, or my heart. Although many know me and have sent words of encouragement and support, I still stand here in this situation. Some in this body have expressed, and others have expressed concern over my voting record as it pertains to the minority community in Harford County and the state of Maryland. I welcome such an examination, as it will reveal more about the strength of my character and my dedication to fairness. Some have expressed concern over my moral compass. I suggest that you look to my life of public service and my record of inclusion. Some members of this body have expressed concern about my home life and my upbringing. I suggest that you get to know my friends and family. We are all welcoming to every race, color, and creed. Some have expressed concern about my education and proffered theories that, as to those who have called for my resignation, I say quitting is easy, but not the road to redemption. Quitting this body would in fact be an easy way out. I could walk out of this chamber back into my private life, lifted by the burden of society's woes, but that is not the right thing to do. Staying here, accepting responsibility is hard work. Looking in the eyes of people who I may have hurt is tough. Rolling up your sleeves and attacking political and racial diversity that is tearing the fiber of our nation and our state is hard work. But I'm up for the challenge. And that is why I'm staying. Healing begins tomorrow. I am immediately reorganizing my office and looking to hire an individual that will help me reach out to diverse communities in my county so that may lead a way to better understanding and more opportunities. I will focus the rest of this session on my bills that provide funding for the extension of the Harford Community College in Edgewood and the phase 2 of the development of our historic colored school complex. This will be a multi-phase cultural center of education, opportunity, and development. It is a project that I have been involved in for many years, received money for last year, and will be a hallmark for Harford County. After session, I plan to accept the Prince George's County Executive's invitation to visit her county, and hopefully some members of this delegation will go with me. I want to begin the healing process with her and the people of her great county, which I have visited many times and do enjoy. I am grateful to everyone in my county that has reached out to me and encouraged me to stay here and take on this enormous challenge. Together, all of us will mend these woes. Thank you for the opportunity to address this body. May God bless each one of you. It is to him I give honor and ask for his mercy and final judgment when this day is over. Thank you.
Delegate Lisanti, why did you think it was okay to use the N-word with your colleagues? Why did you think that was okay to use that word?
I'm going to issue that statement because I think that statement is very clear in this whole.
Yes, you
Do you
gave a
feel that
statement
it's
before.
fair to the people of your district if you can't vote on committees, if you can't have a leadership position? Do you feel that it's fair to your constituents to stay here?
I have full voting powers here on the floor.
Delegate
And if I leave, there will not be a replacement during this legislative session. So that will deprive the people of Harford County a vote on the budget and very important issues that face our county.
Delegate
Would you like
Lisanti,
to
you mentioned in your
apologize to
statement
the
that
people of Prince George's County. Do you have an apology for that?
I've issued an apology to them.
Would you
And
like to
everybody-
apologize again to the people of Prince George's County?
I have written a formal apology. Yes, I have.
Can you clarify in your statement? It sounded like you were saying that you actually don't believe that you did say what people heard you say. Can you just clarify that?
I have said that many times, but I'm trusting other people, and so I'm just accepting it.
We're right here, Delegate. Did you use the word or not, Delegate? Did you use the N-word or not?
I do not believe I did.
Why?
But I'm still accepting responsibility because that's semantics, and I'll tell you why it's semantics. Because what we know about words and that words hurt, whether I say something to you and she hears something else, if you think that hurts you, that's what's important, and that's why we're reconciling, because it's a matter of what somebody feels, and that's what I'm committed to taking care of.
Do you feel betrayed by your colleagues here?
No, I do not. I mean, listen, we are all here. We are all sent here by our districts, and I feel the utmost pain for my colleagues. This is very, very hard for all of them. Nobody wanted to do what we did today, and and as I said in my statement, the easy thing would be for me to leave, because then I leave all this behind. Nobody wants to stand here with an army of reporters. Nobody wants to make the news over something as egregious as this. But that's why that's why I'm here. I'm not here for things to be easy. I'm here to make things better for people. And it's through trials and tribulations that and pain and suffering that we make our state better. You know, I as I said to the Legislative Black Caucus, I understand, and that's why this is so important. That is such a horrible, horrible word, and it inflicts so much pain to so many people that I am so committed to making sure that people of all races understand that. And that's the conversation that we need to have. See, what's happened in the last 18 months or so, our nation and a lot of our state has become so angry and so divisive, and everybody goes to their corners. And you know, I come from a county that is rather conservative, but they've elected Democrat. You know, it's a very mixed county. I come from a very multicultural community, so I am very, very comfortable in a very, very conservative room, in a very liberal room. It doesn't matter because all people matter. So I believe it is my role to stay here and have the hard conversations. I mean, I have religious leaders and civic leaders and community leaders at home that are African American, that are Asian, that are Muslim, that are Christian, that are Jewish, that have called upon me and said, Mary Ann, please, you have been, you know, I was a city manager before I was ever an elected official, so dealing with crisis is my training. That you don't walk away from crisis. You roll up your sleeves and you get involved. You bring the community together, and you know, we're going to solve this. That's why you know, if I were to go away, you know, I go back to my home and this is over. But you know, it's very, very important to me to sit down. I have not had the opportunity to meet the county executive of Prince George's County, but I will tell you, as a woman, I am so impressed with her. I'm impressed with the role model that she is. Before I just never had a chance to talk to have this conversation with her, and we have to build each other up. You know, politics as usual is done, and you know that for every bad thing, and I'm a Christian, and every bad thing there is a light, and there is a beautiful light at the end of this. And that is through this experience, people are coming to the table that normally wouldn't be around the table, and they're going to hold me to the fire, and we're going to have tough conversations, and you know, and that's okay. But we're going to create an environment where we respect one another again, because you know what? That's what's wrong with the dialogue today. It really, truly is, and I believe that with my heart of hearts. You know,
Excuse me, Delegate.
Delegates who were there that night said that they believe you had too much to drink. Do you believe that you had too much to drink that night?
I do not, and that, you know, not remembering that was not about. It was, we have 1,000 conversations a day. It was a 17-hour day. You know, I don't remember a lot of conversations through the day, because you go, if you were to spend just 1 hour with any of us, you would know we go from one thing to another, and it was the end of a very long day.
So I'm sorry, Delegate. To be clear, Delegate, are you saying that you don't remember saying it, Delegate, or are you saying that you did not say the word?
I really don't know. I've never asked.
If you're not a voting member, and you can't be.
Oh, I am a voting member. I have full voting privileges.
Delegate, to be
Okay?
clear, we want your.
Thank you all.
Delegate, we want to make clear. You said you did not use the word?
I think I've given a pretty long interview.
Can I
So
clarify something that you said? You said
thank
to
you
the
all.
Washington Post.
Excuse me.
So, Delegate, you said you did not say the word?
Yes, I will. If you guys want to email me, I'll be happy to give you.
So, Delegate, we
You
want to be
send out the
correct.
list that you can.
We want to be correct, Delegate.